Warning, this podcast contains graphic language. What's going on out there in the manosphere? What's going on, MGTOW? What's going on in cell? What's going on, red pill, blue pill, all kinds of pills and shit. Welcome to KDR Podcast. I'm right here on the Pacific Northwest, podcasting it up all across the world. Gentlemen, if this is your first time in this podcast, guess what? It's a shit show. And I like to start the podcast with a little intro. And I don't know if it's going to work out today. So let's see here. Because you always got to pay the dues to the devil, for heaven's sake. You always do. Let's see what I got here.
Devil opened up his case and said, "I'll start this show." Fire flew from his fingertips as he rosin up his bow. He dragged the bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. Then a band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this.
All right.
Johnny said,
We were pretty
What?
cool, son. But sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done.
"Loud, loud, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house with the rising sun. That chicken in the red band picking out dough. Ready to talk about no child, no."
What's going on, gentlemen? What's going on? What's happening? Well, it's late out here in the Pacific Northwest. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. And, I decided to just open up my mouth and talk about this subject that it been in my noodle to be honest, for the 4 years and stuff when it started with this movement with the passport bros and shit like that, right? And I didn't realize because I read about it, shit like that and stuff like that, but I didn't realize that it was black men pretty much just traveling and shit like that, right? When I say, when it be, what they mean with to me, it's a different definition, okay? So, just give me a second here. I did not know it meant black men, bros, right? Because the way I see this mixed up philosophy, you could be a white, Asian, black, Hispanic, Indian, whatever, right? We are bros, right? It doesn't matter what kind of ethnicity you from or you at or what country you from, because I used to make videos that MGTOW is worldwide. MGTOW is worldwide. I used to put this out there in the walk and talk MGTOW shit. So, and I didn't realize when I talk about these brothers out there, they were black men, right? until recently. Because I'm thinking about the philosophy, right? Because I'm not in this echo chamber with diversity, color, greed, or whatever, right? Because the way I see the philosophy on a global scale of men going on way. So you have to look this thing as perspective, right? From Africa and stuff like that. And listen, I've been a content creator for like 6 years, 6, 7 years, whatever, right? And I used to love reading comments from all parts of the world, from Saudi Arabia, from Korea, from you name it, UK, this and that. And it was all MGTOW videos. So when I make my first 2, 3, 5 videos and shit like that, and it used to show you the country where the comments came from and the algorithm and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, you know what? This MGTOW shit is worldwide. It's worldwide. The internet is worldwide, so let's walk and talk MGTOW shit, you know? And I haven't been doing content for quite some time because due to the fact that, you know, I am a man going my own way. Yes, I do watch a little bit here, a little bit there. I inform myself and shit like that. But when it came to these, I had an intuition, right? I had intuition because they obviously wasn't like passport bros. And I did not look at the terminology until recently, to be honest. But I had an idea. You know, it was black men doing their own thing and shit like that. Hanging around in different countries and doing whatever the fuck they want to do, right? Because they want to escape United States skanks and stuff like that. I got it. You know, I get it and stuff like that. I got it at the time, but I didn't realize what kind of American males, when it came down to their terminology of passport bros, right? But MGTOW, we've been passport bros for years, for many years. Even content creators and stuff like that. You know, you got Thinking Ape. He's an American. He live out there somewhere in Europe. You got different bros who are born United States citizen, and they decide to transfer their life in another country and stuff like that, right? Whatever reason they chose to live in those countries is, you know, is for each man to do that, right? So this notion, when they came out with this passport bros, I was thinking like American male, right? Because I was so focused on the philosophy, because the MGTOW bros, we are bros, and we started this shit. Traveling and shit. I'll tell you, I'm going to give you another example. Barbarossa, he put his last video, and he's out there climbing a fucking mountain in New York. And he put a brief video and stuff like that. You know? And stuff like that. So the MGTOW philosophy, when it comes down to the OGs of the traveling bros of the internet in modern day, it started with the philosophy of MGTOW. Nobody can take this away from me. But this phenomenon it's not new where American men can settle down in different parts of the country due to the fact of the military. If you in the military, single man, you stationed in some kind of fucking whatever, Europe, Asia, and stuff like that, and you like the country and stuff like that. After your duty's done, you come back to the United States, and then you like that country, you can settle there because he's been there, done that. Trust me, this is not new for American men. But what is new is that you have these young men out there trying to find something else that they can find here in the United States, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. But they're walking on no man's land out there. I don't know what is their thinking, and they go different parts of the world, not knowing how in that country works or not works, and not knowing the government, who's against the government, what kind of place to stay, not to stay, and stuff like that, and just walking in some hope land in there and shit like that. And now they got all these men out there missing. Because I mentioned this in my, I think, a couple of days ago in the podcast. It was Colombia. So I did my DD today. It's more than Colombia. You got these brothers out there missing in Thailand. They got missing in shit everywhere. If I don't talk about this issue with men, who will? The mainstream media? Are you fucking for real? The mainstream media gonna talk about this issue? Where you have these travelers that are American citizen men, and they are missing, dead, and stuff like that, and the family there, they don't know where the fuck they at? Come on. If I don't talk about it, who will? Tell me, who will? Because the Western society and the Gynocentric government, men are disposable. They don't give a fuck about man. They really don't. Yeah, they give a warning out there in Colombia. Do not travel. It's been like 39% of people missing and shit like that. Who knows how many men, American men, are missing in different parts of the world? Who knows? I'm just like, when the United States government did a warning that do not go out there in Colombia and fuck around and stuff like that, because the percentage of American folks are missing and shit like that and stuff like that. And it's like a serious environment that's going on out there and stuff. And that's one country. Sometimes I think, sometimes, I think, and I just think it's like, okay, what these men are thinking? Okay, what are they thinking? What are they looking for? What is the deal? Do they understand? Do they do the research? Do they know where they're going? And, stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? And then I realize they're probably thinking to themselves, I get the passport, it is a ticket to freedom. And I get it. I really get it, right? I get it in the mind. They probably think this is a ticket to freedom. Get away from this, get away from that, and stuff like that, and shit like that, and stuff like that. I get it. These want to get away. I get it, but you have to. They have to understand the culture, what language, assimilate, so on, so forth, before you jump in feet first in some fucking foreign land with some foreign laws, foreign this, foreign language, and stuff like that. See, folks who are military, those men that are military and shit like that, they've been in all kinds of places around the world. But you got some dude who was like working in some executive office, executive company or whatever, right? And he got a few G's and shit like that. And then he decided, you know what? I'm going to take this passport. It's going to be my ticket to freedom. And I think this country looks good. I Google it and shit like that and stuff like that. Next thing you know, he's out there missing and shit. But on a good note, I hope these dudes they go. I hope that these passport bros they go out there either to Eastern Asia or the Middle East. Real talk. See, my passport is expired. It's been expired for like fucking years. But if I want to renew my passport and stuff like that, and I had the capital to travel, guess what? Hands down, hands up, I'm going to Dubai. Bottom line. I'm going to go to Dubai and I would dress like a Muslim with the robe and shit and stuff like that. Because this motherfucker got that strong pimp out there. They ain't fucking around out there in Dubai. The problem they don't sell alcohol, but I can live with that. But do they got weed? I don't know yet. I haven't researched that, but definitely Dubai. You had this skank out there, this black skank, she's visiting Dubai, and she thought she was in Georgia, Atlanta, or Seattle, or New York City, and shit. And she come out of the restaurant, hustling and fussing and screaming and yelling and shit in public. Guess what Dubai did? They locked her ass up. 2 years. Her family out here in the United States crying that is against whatever shit and stuff like that. And like, no, bitch. You want to go to Dubai? You want to act like a fool? Guess what? You can do that here. This is not Georgia. This is not Alabama. This is not Kentucky. This is not Tennessee. This is not Michigan. This is not all this shit. This is Dubai out there. You act like a fool. Your women act like a fool. 2 years on the Hill Scout. See how she like them apples. You see? That's what happens. The American are very cocky and shit. They're not humble. Especially when they visiting and shit. Different countries and stuff. They got these American pride, American this and stuff like that and shit like that. And you're an easy target out there. Real talk. But yeah, man. It be for me, right? For me, I'm just here talking shit. Literally, I'm talking shit, and I'm real with it, with my shit, right? When I renew my passport and stuff like that, and this is just hypothetical speaking. What country would I travel? Right? I'm not going to go to Mexico or Canada or whatever. I can do that anytime. Somewhere in the Middle East out there. Real talk. Somewhere in the Middle East out there. Just to watch the pimping hen. Because that's a real patriarchy out there. This motherfucker ain't fucking around with these fucking bitches. Fuck no. They strict like they are strict like motherfuckers. Yeah. I would go to Dubai and buy some gold out there because Dubai got some fucking gold for good price. Dubai and that area out there, the Emerald, whatever, this gold out there, some shit out there. I don't want to go to Pakistan. No, that is too dangerous for me. Afghanistan and nah. I can settle with people that they have a little bit of common sense. I'm going to tell you a true story before I call this live stream. I was working on a auto part with auto shop, right? And this younger gentleman, that actually he was like pretty much my age, you know. This is like during the pandemic and stuff like that. So he just happened to visit right here in Washington, right? Just happened to visit. And he told me, I haven't been in Tacoma for like 5 years. I'm like, oh, so where you live at? You know what he told me? I swear to God. I'm here for 2 weeks in Tacoma, but I live in Thailand. Like, what? Yes, I live in Thailand. I was here visiting my mom and stuff like that it was like the holiday type of time and shit. And I asked him, how you make money? What you do out there in Thailand? And he's this white guy with long hair and shit like that. He's like, dude, all I do, I live in a mountain. And all I do is just chop weed. Just chop weed. That's all I do. I sit in a bucket and just chop weed and I get paid for it. Like, no fucking shit. Like, that's what I do. And I love Thailand. I can't wait to go back. When he telling me this, right, I can see this dude sitting in a bucket and just chopping up weed because I used to do things like that. And I high in a mountain because out there still illegal, but it's still illegal, but it's not, they don't punish you. But anyways, I can vision this motherfucker in Thailand in some kind of high heel with fucking jungle shit out there cutting weed, smoking weed, and hanging out with the local and stuff like that with no problem. Now that is a passport bro right there. Real shit. You know? True story. And I knew that he had a tan. He wasn't bullshitting me. And he wasn't quite prepared for the weather. But you got these cats out here. They use pretty much like let's go black, let's go red, let's go here. Here we go. This sounds good. Boom. Let's roll the dice. I got the passport. I got a few G's. Let's see what happens. And no, that's how you end up missing or kill or doing some nonsense and bullshit. Fucking around with Tinder on a different country and shit like that. Real talk. Out there, another scenario, and this will happen with chicks. These black chicks decide to be cute and go out there in the Republic Dominican and fuck around and do bullshit and stuff like that, guess what? They got killed out there. This was a couple years ago. And the family crying out there in Atlanta, whatever the fuck they from. Oh, they got this. Hey, what the fuck you expect, man? That's a foreign land out there. Me, myself, I can simulate out there in DR. I can. Or Colombia and stuff like that. But I'm not going that way. Fuck that shit. Real talk. I ain't going to those motherfucking countries. You know, there was a content creator, I forgot his name, MGTOW something, and he was in Alaska. Military. He got out from the military, and then he was traveling and stuff like that, and he ended up in Mexico. Out there, he put a video. He was in Mexico, and I saw his video, and I'm thinking to myself, is this nigga crazy or what? What the fuck he's going? No plan? I forgot his name. He was a content creator. MGTOW something, I forgot. Black man stationed in Alaska. And he was putting his videos out. But anyways, man. Excuse me. So yeah, to put this in on a nutshell, when it comes down to these American men traveling across the world, it's not new. It's not new. These passport bros and stuff like that, it's not new. This has been going on for years, especially with, it started out with the military men, and then the second wave, it was MGTOW men. And then it just came out trendy and shit like that and stuff like that. But American men be traveling for many years from different countries and shit like that. Especially white men. The white man, he don't give a fuck. I got to give credit to what credit's due, for real. The white man, this dude, he can travel anywhere. You learn shit. But he's not dumb, though. He's very witty with it. Where he want to go? What's the mission? What is the purpose? And stuff like that. Me, I'm not that I'm not that smart and articulated. But this motherfucker been traveling all across the world and stuff like that. And I call any MGTOW, you know, men going their own way. The real, besides the military folks, the military men, MGTOW is the original passport bros. They are. Articulate, smart, witty for all kinds of races. You know why? Because they understand. They get it. Female nature, gynocentric governments throughout the West and the East and stuff. And they avoid those type of scenarios. The MGTOW man is cool sitting on a mountain and just relaxing or whatever. They're not there to get hoes or get married and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, if you, I don't know who listened to this podcast, right? The internet is so crazy. Maybe somebody out there in the world or United States, whatever. And I said this many years ago. If you decide to move to a country and have a family and have this and that, stay in that motherfucking country. Do not bring that woman in the United States, because as soon as she walked out of the airport, she's going to be polluted from day one. Real talk. You want to be a passport bro and shit? Because let's be real, these passport bros, they just want to have wife and children and shit. And they think the outcome's not going to be the same, but probably less, but whatever. Do not bring your wife to your mama or your daddy and shit. Stay over there. Do not bring that fucking skank to the United States, because you're going to get skanker. If that's any word. No, for real. Real talk. Especially military men. They have learned this lesson. They have learned this lesson, so. So if you're a MGTOW, passport bro, you go out there and you out there to meet a chick or whatever the fuck you want to go out there in some kind of country and stuff like that, just settle there. Settle there, come visit your folks and some holiday and shit like that, and live your life in whatever part of the world that you want to be at, country, whatever. Well, gentlemen, like I always say, peace, stay MGTOW. I'll definitely catch the next podcast, live stream, or video.